Hi everyone, it's Beth. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be walking through my hair journey with you today from how I got from that crazy long hair to how I wear it now in this short pixie style. So let's get started. So I had worn for so many years my hair in this type of style that I don't even really know if it is a style. It was all the way like down to my butt, like long past my waist. And I had long hair for all of my life except for a couple of years when I cut it short in middle school, like to my shoulders. And so this was a hairstyle I was very used to. It was probably my trademark, like something that people would say about me first off. If you asked about me, like, oh yeah, Beth, like the girl with the really long, pretty hair. That was kind of my thing. I even won a superlative for it in high school. So anyway, just too much focus on the hair. But I mean, it was really pretty. It was natural. I never dyed it. And that was just how it was. It really was something that I kind of obsessed over though, and I would, take pictures of it all the time just because I really did love how it looked. And I also was proud that I was able to grow it that long and keep it healthy. I then, though, did decide several years back to get a big haircut from my obsessively long hair that had only been trimmed maybe once a year to I decided let's take several inches off and have a massive haircut. And in that picture on the right, I felt so almost kind of naked because I felt like I lost so much hair, which honestly I did cut off a lot, but it didn't do that much in the overall grand scheme of things, as you can see in the picture, but it felt massive to me. These are just some more images showing again like how I did let it grow back out. This is around the time I met my now husband, and it was just a very long hairstyle. My hair was always very thick, so that was part of this whole process too. And it was, either like long and down and kind of in the way of everything, or when I'd put it up, it would take like several hair bands to keep it up as well because there was just so much of it. Even throughout having my hair long and really loving it and, getting compliments on it daily, I did often think about what it would be like if I did cut my hair shorter, what the hairstyle would look like, how I would enjoy it. And here are a couple pictures of me using different hairstyling apps to try to see what those short styles would be like. So I think this is l'orealprofessional.com, just trying different styles and seeing how I would look with those because it's something I kept thinking about and wondering about and thinking, would I like this? Would I be able to try it? And really, though, I felt like I had so much at stake because my hair was so long and I loved the color and everything that I didn't want to try. I didn't want to try cutting it. So I said, but then on and off, I would practice and use apps and blur out my hair with editing on my phone to see if I would like it shorter. And by the way, if you're thinking about doing that, it's not a terrible strategy because, as you can see, my little blur out method did work pretty well to give me a short hairstyle, even though my hair was way longer than the frame shows. So you could give it a try, but I put these on here just to show how deep down I kind of had that want anyway while my hair was long. And so, again, just obsessively long. It was part of just who I thought I was at that point in time. And this is 1 hour before I had a hair appointment a couple years later. And, I kept wondering, like, did I want to try the short style? Did I have the courage to? These pictures are taken minutes apart. The first one, my hair was just long and loose. And then the next one, I took it and kind of bunched it like behind my neck, put a little elastic or like a claw clip on it to try to keep it back and turn my head at just the right angle and take that picture to see what it would look like if that day I decided to tell the hairstylist to take several inches off. And I wanted to, but did I have the courage? Did I truly 100% want to? And so anyway, there's the big chop, the actual result of the haircut that day. It was the same day. I just changed dresses. because I didn't want hair from the haircut getting all down in there. And so that is the big chop of that day. It felt, again, massive to me, because you can see from this last picture of me, my hair was way down past my chest, and it was a cut, but it wasn't as massive as it felt at the time. And so I kept it long, let it grow back out, even from that massive haircut, throughout one of the happiest seasons of my life, which is here where I got engaged to my husband, and we had our, engagement season and photos, and our wedding, and then our honeymoon. And I continued wearing it in just that really long style. But that urge and that thought of, I wonder what it would look like short and how I would like it, still never went away. And so 2 months after our wedding, at my birthday, I made an appointment, got my hair cut the very day after my birthday, and it was my first actual bigger cut. So I fed that urge just a little bit to see how I would like it, got it about a little longer than shoulder length, which, you could tell the haircut before from the last photos, it was, way down onto my back. So it was more significant than any of my others so far. And even with it wanded too, it looked even shorter. So it felt massive, but I was really happy with it, kind of giggly, kind of excited, because it was just different and something that I had been wanting really for a while now. Deep down, even if I wasn't 100% sure until that moment. And, with any haircut, it's going to grow, and you notice the growth so much faster whenever it's shorter. Because, again, I had been used to get my haircut maybe once a year, just a trim on my ends. But it grew out after that into kind of what was an annoying mid-length, and it didn't really go up well all the time, but it wasn't long enough to do certain styles I wanted. And so I was tired of it, and this was in quarantine, and I decided, this was, summer of 2020, I decided it was time for a haircut. And so I did one myself after watching a few YouTube videos, which, again, YouTube is so valuable. Thank you for all those creators who put time into that. And I gave myself my first actual short hairstyle. So it didn't touch my shoulders. It was, I guess you would call it a bob, maybe a lob, a long bob. And I was very proud of how it turned out. I was really just so in love with this. I had done so much changing on the inside, so much internal growth over those years, that having this shorter style on the outside really felt like it reflected who I was internally, if that makes sense or resonates with anybody. It just felt me. And I got some comments about that too from just family and friends, like, I love this style on you. It really looks great. And I just felt like it represented me very well. And I was in love with it and so happy because I did it myself, which I never thought that I could do. So that was my do-it-yourself quarantine haircut. And, as that went on, I like to say now that short haircuts are like tattoos, because you want to keep getting more of them. And it is so true, because my hair with each cut, which, as I mentioned earlier, you need more of since it's shorter, I trimmed it shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And, I have a couple tattoos myself, so I truly understand that itch to continue getting more, because your mind just kind of wanders to that every now and then. And that's how it was with my hair. And so each trim, it got shorter and shorter. And I loved that. I really, really did like that style and wearing hair shorter. It was so freeing. But, as I'm always very transparent with you here, another factor came into play too that was out of my control, with things that related to what we can assume were my chronic health issues that I brought up earlier in another video. And it was out of my control. It was pretty upsetting. My husband really encouraged me, and he is my biggest supporter. He really helped me in all aspects with this. And I considered, because it was already short, but it wasn't pixie short or buzz cut short, but I considered doing those things to get ahead and take some control of how I felt and looked. And also, I was just ready to be comfortable. I was kind of excited with the idea of breaking some of those beauty barriers and those standards and expectations that women have to have long hair to be beautiful, because that's what men expect. And I was excited to break those, but I was just so ready to feel comfortable with my hair. You know, that's something I've changed as I've grown, as I don't dress or, you know, act in any way that is for other people's benefit, but what's comfortable for me. And I was ready for that. So I took a day of Pinterest searching, more playing around with hairstyle apps, and even made myself look like Kate from John and Kate Plus 8. And an appointment was made the next day. And there it is, the big day. Shout out to Kelsie Jacobs at Lock Salon, who did an awesome job styling this. But gosh, I was nervous watching the hair be cut away. And here is the big change. The actual big change that got me to where I am today with my pixie cut. And I will say, the day felt kind of weird. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say when you cut your hair in a big drastic change like that, that you're not going to feel kind of weird for a day or so as you adjust to it. So I was like, do I still look like me? This feels so strange. But I could not have been happier with it. I got adjusted, and we even had a celebratory photo shoot of me that my husband did. He's my biggest supporter and also a pretty good photographer. These are my YouTube photos that you'll see on my cover image and my profile image, and so they probably look familiar to you, but they have so much significance, as you now can see. And it was just really an empowering day, and I was so happy to capture something that was me. And it was newly me, and it showed who I was kind of inside and out. And it was just so much fun, and, you know, really an emotional day. It really was. And it's been an interesting journey over the years, from the point of the picture on the left there with just how insanely long my hair was, to how it is now and how I've kept it for all these months since I got that haircut. But I really just have been thriving with this ever since. It is comfortable. It is freeing. I think it's really cute, and I get compliments on it all the time out in public too, from like other ladies or women, girls who were like, this looks so good on you. I always think about doing this, but I just never have the guts to do it. And, you know, I'm glad you're rocking it. And I love hearing those comments, because I get to share encouragement to them too, that you can do this too. And I think that you will love it. I really just have been thriving with this. I love this style. It is so comfortable and so just me. So if you're thinking about it, I hope this gives you a little bit of encouragement. I'm going to be doing more content on women and short hair and breaking those beauty standards in the future, and just that journey of self-discovery. So thanks for following along, and I'll see you in the next video.